Let's go over some second round targets. We are jumping right into this video. We're talking about Jaden Higgins, the first guy off the board in the second round, going to the Houston Texans. I think he's going to play a very massive role for the Houston Texans in 2025. On the opposite side there of Nico Collins, kind of taking over that Stephon Diggs / Tank Dell role. I think Jaden Higgins has a good, a good body of size. He's kind of reminds you of Nico Collins going out there and should be able to kind of body up some of these defenders and get a lot of receptions. I think they gave CJ Stroud a lot of ammunition this year in 2025 to go out there and try to make something happen. But look, Jaden Higgins out of Iowa State, big body type of wide receiver, can get up and get to the football, can run the routes just good enough. And I'm telling you, if you got two people like Nico Collins out there running routes, I think that could be absolutely phenomenal. Jaden Higgins, somebody you definitely want to look out for. I think he's going to be able to compete to be one of your top end fantasy wide receivers as rookies in this year of 2025. So Jaden Higgins, easily a good choice for me. Next guy I want to talk about here is going to be Quinshon Judkins, the running back for the Cleveland Browns. Look, he is going to be the man. He is going to be the bell cow. Don't worry about the other running back they got, Dylan Sampson out of Tennessee. Don't worry about him. You got somebody in the second round, you're going to give him the rock a lot. I'm not worried about Ford whatsoever. This is Quinshon Judkins' team. He is going to be running the football into the ground. They want to run the football. It's like a Nick Chubb-esque type of running back, right? I mean, he showed very good at Ohio State. And I think Quinshon Judkins is going to kind of just run away with the football. He's going to have plenty of games where he's giving you a lot of touchdowns, a lot of yardage. He could be a solid fantasy running back producer. Wouldn't surprise me if he's the number 2 running back as far as rookie goes, behind Ashton Jeanty at the end of 2025. Move right along here. The next guy here, his teammate in college, going over Travion Henderson, the running back for the Patriots. Look, this is one of those things, again, I think he's going to get a lot of opportunity in 2025, but it's really, he may blossom in 2026, but I think he's still on the radar, right? Somebody you guys want to target for 2025, still playing behind Ramondre Stevenson as of right now. But if Stevenson wants to fumble the football, not be productive, you might see Travion Henderson take over as the lead back sooner rather than later. If anything, taking over Antonio Gibson's role as of right now, and then cutting into the workload for Ramondre Stevenson. Rookie, or now sophomore quarterback Drake May coming in here. He's got himself a nice offensive lineman in the first round of the draft. He's going to be throwing the football all over the field, trying to find his wide receiver weapons. But look, they're going to be running the football quite a bit with Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. Look, Henderson can hit the home run at any given time. You give him the football, he can jump, he's gone, right? Touchdown. I like myself some Travion Henderson. I think he's a great target to have in the second round of the NFL draft. Move right along here. I'm going Tyler Shuck. I think he's going to be, look, he might be the starter, right? If Derek Carr ends up not being there because of injury, he could beat out Spencer Rattler, and being a second round quarterback, he should beat out Spencer Rattler, right? Giving him the reins. And look, he says, I will die on the field for you guys, right? That's what he came out and said. So he's got a lot of good traits. He's a tall quarterback. He's got the height. He's got the arm. He's got the ability. All the injuries that he had in college, yeah, he's a little bit in the older, but look, those injuries I'm not worried about. They're all bone breaks. Nothing was really any kind of musculoskeletal issues. So if he comes in and he's healthy, he was healthy last year, he comes in healthy and strong, I think the Saints could have they had themselves a steal in the second round, even though he was drafted ahead of people like Shadir Sanders and Jalen Milroe. Hey, we got to give these guys a benefit of the doubt. Maybe they saw something everybody else couldn't see. Maybe Tyler Shuck can come in here and just ball out. Really, I had to put him as a target though, as a second round quarterback for me. So move right along here. We're going Mason Taylor, the tight end out of LSU, now playing for the New York Jets. There was a glaring hole in this Jets offense, and I think that Mason Taylor fits beautifully right there. New quarterback, Justin Fields is coming in here. We remember what he did back there with the Bears, and they ended up having Cole Kmet. He did really good with Kmet, right? So I think Mason Taylor could come in as a rookie tight end and be in a very favorable situation to be fantasy relevant in his rookie year. We know that in the history, rookie tight ends really don't amount to much unless the last couple of years, right? Sam Laporta, Brock Bowers, things like that. Does Mason Taylor have the ability of those guys? Probably not, but he's a good enough tight end if he's getting a lot of targets to be fantasy viable for you. Do I think he's number 1 tight end worthy? No, I do not. Top 10 tight end worthy? Definitely so. I like the situation over there with the Jets. Give Mason Taylor the benefit of the doubt. He can be pretty good for you as well. So Let's move right along here. Going to the Chargers. We're going over Trey Harris, the nice, speedy, tall wide receiver. You know, they need somebody to take the top off the defense. Somebody that's on the opposite side of Lad McConkey. And look, Justin Herbert's got an arm. He can sling the ball down the field, 4 touchdowns. That's where Trey Harris really comes into, you know, his glory, right? So he's a speedster. He can take that top off the defense, run those 9 routes, catch a lot of those deep balls. He's going to have some spike weeks. I think Trey Harris is going to be a really good kind of a flex play. Not somebody you want to start week in and week out, but somebody you can plug in and play and see what you got in this guy. I think he can have some nice little spike weeks for you. Like myself, some Trey Harris. Next, we're going with Jack Beck, right? The wide receiver for the Raiders. I think he's going to be the opposite side of Jacoby Meyer. He's going to catch the ball from Geno Smith with the Raiders. I think he landed in a great opportunity for him to be able to get on the field as a rookie and be productive, right? Jack Beck, he tore up the Senior Bowl, right? When Savion Williams went out with injury at TCU, he stepped up being the #1 wide receiver for TCU and was able to make a lot of good things happen. I like myself some Jack Beck this year. I think he can be really good for you week in and week out. A good wide receiver 3 for your football team. So last guy we're going to talk about here is going to be R.J. Harvey. He ended up going over to the Broncos. Look, Sean Payton got his guy. There was a lot of other running backs that could have been had, but he reached for R.J. Harvey in the 2nd round and said, look, this is what I want in this guy. You still got Audric Estime there. You still got Jaleel McLaughlin there. They ended up getting rid of Javonte Williams. I think this is going to be R.J. Harvey's kind of a game to be had, right? He's going to be the guy, going to be maybe the first fiddle out of the gate. And he's going to have all the opportunities to be fantasy relevant for you and almost like that Joker role possibly for Sean Payton and that Sean Payton offense. That could be really good, especially in a PPR, half PPR leagues. I think RJ Harvey can give you a lot of points and a lot of benefits. You know, you don't have to draft RJ Harvey very soon, very early. Right? Could give you and pay off huge dividends for you in fantasy football. But guys, those are my targets to be had in the 2nd round. Make sure you guys smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're pumping out so many videos at this point. It's kind of crazy. The ultimate goal is we want you to win a championship, and that's what you can do here at the Bayou Bingo Fantasy Network. So join the family, hit the subscribe button, guys, and I can't wait to see you on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.